Hey, it's D. It's a brand new episode coming right for you, right on the FTO Network. Enjoy. All right, everybody, we have a brand new episode, and I am doing interviews again. This is different. This is fun, though. I have Crystal Loverro with me right now. How's it going, Crystal?
Not too bad. How you doing?
I am all right. Now, you hit me up, and you wanted to be on the show, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I was taking a little pause from doing interviews, and then like I saw your page. Like you got like a lot of stuff under your back, man. You're an actor, you're a cosplayer, you're a martial artist, and it looks like you're constantly busy too.
I try to keep busy when I can. You know, I'm actually in the process of moving down to Los Angeles right now, which is pretty chaotic. So
Wow, you went the LA route. Like most folks are going like that, the whole Atlanta route of late.
Yeah. A lot of people are doing that. I considered that, but I think LA is more of kind of what I'm looking for. Not crazy about the climate in Atlanta, the humidity and mosquitoes. I'm super allergic to mosquitoes, so I'm like,
Yeah, that'd be the end of it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're also a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter. Like, how long you been doing that?
So I've been doing it since September 2021. So math is not my strong suit. So, but in September it'll be a year.
Like a year and a half.
No, a year, because September to September, so it'll be a year. Wait, did I say 2021? It's 2022 now. So yeah, in September it'll be a year.
Wow.
Yeah, I do it regularly. I really enjoy it.
And you've already like gained some awards. I see this grappling industries.
Oh yeah, so I did compete in grappling industries. I got second place in the gi division for my weight class, and then I got third place for which is bronze for the no gi division. And yeah, so that was my first competition. Super nervous. I hope to do it again, but yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I have a little skill clip on YouTube, which is footage from the competition that I put together for casting. It's a really fun sport, and it's changed my life big time.
Wow. How does it feel like just getting into something less than a year and already like, making strides? Or is that something that you're used to?
I mean, I'm really happy that I took the plunge and competed because I was definitely nervous and, I was still very new to it. I actually tried to compete in, I believe, January, but I ended up getting COVID and spraining my shoulder from training. So I didn't end up competing then. But I figured that's just a sign that I wasn't ready yet. So competing in, let's see what month I competed. I believe I competed in April. So competing in April was really awesome. I felt more ready. I mean, you never really know what to expect during your first competition. And to be honest, I'd never really competed in anything my entire life. So a lot of nerves and just not sure what to expect. So I feel really good that I did it. And, I at least placed second in the gi. I felt really good about that. So that was really cool, but I definitely want to get better. I think there's a lot of room for improvement, and just got to keep showing up and keep putting in the work.
I hear that those same words echo in my head from time to time. It's nice to hear that. It's nice to hear that other people are going through that also. That's cool. That's cool if you keep showing up for yourself and you're making a lot of differences. And like some of the differences is a couple of films that you're making. We were talking about one before we started recording.
Yeah, that's my film that I just made. So it's called Shitscape, Who's Got the Flint? It is inspired by many MMORPGs such as RuneScape, World of Warcraft, Valheim, all those good, nerdy, fun games. I'm a big gamer myself, and I really love the fantasy genre. So I ended up doing this photo shoot with a very talented photographer, Kick-Ass Designs on Instagram. I did a shoot with him where I was an elvish adventurer, I like to call it. I had a little Sting replica from Lord of the Rings and very big Lord of the Rings vibes because that's my favorite movie ever. And so I did that shoot, and somehow between that and just all my gaming experience, I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to try to write a film, and I feel a bit more comfortable writing comedy, I suppose. So I was like, screw it, I'll try this. So I wrote the film, and I was like, okay, I'm doing this. So I went the whole, it just went all the way, and I was like, okay, I'm casting this. I'm figuring out who my crew is going to be. My best friend Katie was my assistant AD. And so we were like, or I said assistant AD, I meant AD or assistant director. I just like said assistant director. But yes, so she's my AD. And I got a bunch of people who were willing to put in time and their expertise, which I can't thank them enough. We're on IMDb. You can see all the people attached to the project. There's quite a few, and I just appreciate everyone who was involved.
You're on IMDb. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, we got to put it on there somewhere. But yeah, so we should hopefully have the film finished through post-production this Monday. We did principal photography. We finished it May 1st. So yeah, we're hoping to have a finished product. And then when it is finished, it's going to go into film festivals. And eventually, after it goes through that circuit, I plan on releasing it to my YouTube page, which I tend to release most of my stuff on there. So.
That was going to be my next question. Where can we see it once it releases? YouTube. There you go.
Eventually, yes. So it'll technically release in film festivals first, but when I release it publicly, it'll be on my YouTube for sure, which is just my name, Crystal Loverro. That's literally me across the board everywhere. Branded.
It's just how you gotta do it sometimes. Like, you gotta think with FTO. Like, I think my name is FTO. That's more branded than I am. But no, I get it completely.
Totally. I like it.
You also have a few other films on your belt. I see Braces. I see that you have this, was it Vengeance Bloodlines as well?
Yeah, those are films I've been in there. I'm not the principal filmmaker or anything. I'm just an actor in them. Braces was awesome. So when I had Braces, a good friend of mine, Jason Rosenblatt, he's the filmmaker. He came up with the concept of, you should watch it for sure, but it's basically the premise is I'm Lisa in it, and I'm just kind of hanging out with my boyfriend, and my boyfriend goes grab food, and then we meet up with his friend, and it's just a really, really painfully awkward encounter that has to do with my braces and maybe a sexual fetish, but I'll let you decide that for yourself. Vengeance 2 Bloodlines. That is a major Friday the 13th fan film. There was the first one. I was not in that, but I was very happy to be in the second one. And yeah, that is in post-production right now. Not sure on the release date, but I know that will for sure be on YouTube when it's released, and hopefully soon. So yeah, just
how's it feel being so busy all the time?
I like being busy. I need to be busy. And if I'm not busy enough, I'll create work for myself, because, in the acting industry, it can be very challenging because there's a lot of it's very up and down. Sometimes you're very busy. Sometimes there's kind of a lull, which, if there is, don't feel bad because everybody goes through it. But if you are in a lull, that's where you got to take charge and make your own content. That's super worth it these days. It's just getting out there, creating your own stuff, meeting people, and just a bunch of creative minds coming together to make something beautiful. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's just keep working at it. And the more you do it, the easier it'll be and the better it'll be. And I just think that the best way to get past the gatekeepers is to just be your own person and do your own thing. And then there's no gatekeepers because you're the person. No,
I feel that. I really do. It's hard to move past yourself and to see what you're really worth, and you got people telling you how great you're not. So no, I get it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you doing your own podcast, that's a prime example of just you doing your own thing. You're your own boss. You're like, this is my thing. I'm not waiting to get cast in something. I'm not waiting to someone to give me an opportunity. I'm making my opportunity.
It feels good. It really does.
Feels good. Yeah. Totally.
You also talked about your disabilities on your Instagram page also, and we talked a little bit about it before we started recording. Would you like to share some of your disabilities that you're going through?
Yeah. So I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm well taken care of. I have a great therapist. I also am training currently a service dog, which is very difficult to train your own service dog if you have PTSD or really anything that requires service animal. I don't particularly recommend it because it can make things worse for you for a little while through puppyhood.
Yeah.
It's very stressful, but I just can't afford the however much it is. It could be upwards of $40,000 to get a trained service dog. I can't afford that. So I decided, you know what, my therapist thought that it would very much benefit me to have a service animal, and I really thought so as well. So I was like, you know, I could just not have one because I can't afford it, or I can just put in the extra work and do it. It's going to be tough, and sometimes it really does test me, and I break down. It can be rough, you know. I had a rough to like little, what do you call it, like an encounter last weekend that I don't really want to discuss. It was really stressful, but it's just like, it can be tough when you're in the middle of training and people, you know, come up to you and like, oh, let me pet your dog and things like that, or they don't even ask. And it's just like, there's just a bunch of different things, like training thing, like very overwhelming. I don't deal well with that kind of situation. So, but either way, it's one of those things where I've been testing myself a lot over the last few years, going into my acting career, being a model, things I never thought I would ever do or never be able to do. It's more of like a mindset thing that I'm hoping will get me through it. I've actually been listening to David Goggins a lot lately, and that's been super inspiring to me. I don't know if you know who that is. If you do, you should look him up, but he's basically this like super motivational guy that just changed his life around and became like the world pull-up record guy. He was like a Navy SEAL. He did all this really cool stuff, but I listen to him a lot, and I feel like mindset can get you through pretty much anything. So I'm just kind of trying to use those tools to get through this challenging time of raising my own service dog for my PTSD. And just basically this chapter of my life is towards healing. I've been working really regularly with my therapist and trying to get through and process a lot of my trauma and try to get to a point in my life where I can be more functional and healthy and spread love and just help other people too, you know, going through their own stuff. But
sounds like you're taking on a lot all at one time.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's been wild. I mean, I kind of went into like a really massive depression for like the last 7 months probably, which is my dog's age actually. I like I said before, I think I might have said this. I can't remember if I said it off air, but I got COVID and sprained my shoulder, and that was really tough. And then at the same time, I got my puppy, which was great, but also difficult. And there was just, you know, I was really bummed because I missed the competition I signed up for. And I just kind of tried to spin it and say, you know, it's a sign that I'm not ready yet, but it still is to hurt.
I know that feeling,
Yeah, I mean, I prepared really heavily for that competition, and I was like, oh, you know, I don't get to do it because of this. And it caused me to get kind of down on myself and stuff. But I just, instead of like dwelling on it, I was just like, I'm going to turn this into a positive thing, and I'm going to compete again in April. And then I did, and here I am, you know, it's like, you'll survive.
That's the best way to go about it. And like, I see that, you know, Billy the cosplayer, and like, that's literally one of the,
are you talking about my buddy, Billy Dunstan?
Billy's badass. Billy's a cool dude. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he's a good guy. We live in the same area. I haven't been able to go in a while, but he does a group called Fights and Crafts. It's a stage combat group. I've gone to that with him, and he's brilliant. He's a really good guy. He also does Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So we were on a project together, which was really cool. But he's a really good guy, and he's super, super inspiring.
He's always like, I wouldn't say Billy has the most positive mentality, but he definitely had like the most going forward mentality. Like he just does it. Yeah, and like I appreciate that about Billy, definitely.
Oh yeah, he's a good soul. Very good people to have around. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. I was very surprised, like how good most guys who are very big into weightlifting and firearms are not usually as cool as Billy is. Like, and I appreciate about him. Yeah,
that's valid. Yeah, Billy is one of a kind.
Sorry to detour that and talk about Billy for a bit, but like,
good. We love Billy. We make him watch this and be like, dude, we talked about you for like 3 minutes, saying how awesome you were. So like, shout out to Billy. Like,
the feeling is definitely mutual, and like, it's very nice like to have like a conversation with you to talk about this as well. But you have like an extensive list of credits coming at you. So you get like a big move, and you're talking about this a lot on your Instagram as well. You talked about like your PTSD and like your struggles with your dog and like the situation that you have constantly. Is all of this like weighing on with your big move, or like you more excited and apprehensive, or is like this is like a mixed bag of feelings when it comes to like how is that transition working out for you so far?
That's a really good question, actually. So basically this whole thing, okay, so yes, the answer is yes. It was weighing on me a lot. My move was very stressful. I was definitely more stressed and nervous than excited. But now I'm definitely more excited because I'm really getting the ball rolling, and I feel like I'm going to hit the ground running when I get there because, well, we just got a place down there, which is awesome. That took a huge load off my shoulders. I was super stressed because, when your lease is up on June 30th and you have no idea where you're going to live, you're like, that's pretty stressful. But moving is one of the most stressful things that like the average person can change and do in their life. So it's not like I didn't expect that. But luckily, I found a place. It's beautiful, amazing location, amazing amount of space. My dog gets a backyard. I get a little garage, 2-car garage that I can turn into my little gym. I'm going to put my mats there and practice too. So, no, I mean, I'm super stoked. I'm a lot more excited. I also have classes picked out, a gym picked out. I'm actually going to be a mile away from 10th Planet Burbank, which is where I want to train. So that's super cool. And yeah, so like, I'm just getting the ball rolling, and I filmed something on Monday and I'm filming something tomorrow. So I should be able to go there with a little bit more updated footage. I've got my headshots scheduled. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really ready, like truly ready.
Sounds like you're pumped. Like you're energized about all of it. That's cool.
Thanks. It's a new thing. The being energized and pumped and excited. That's a new thing because I was definitely nervous for a while. I was like, oh my gosh. I feel like I have moved in my life way too much, just like going from here to there and figuring things out. And it can be a little overwhelming. I just want to kind of chill somewhere for a few years and just be able to settle a little bit in LA. That'd be cool.
No, dude, I get it. Like a lot of folks during the pandemic got themselves a dog also. And like we kind of needed it. Like folks started baking bread. Like these are things we needed. It seems like, a lot of us are finding our boundaries, a lot of us are finding our comfort zone. And some like, you're finding yours, like you're moving forward with your comfort zone. So that's like, that's good.
Yeah, I love your energy, by the way. I'm really glad we got to do this today. I was like low-key a little worried because you were having internet issues, but either way, I'm just super glad we're here right now.
Me too. I thought it was going to be a problem also because, like, honestly, I've had that canceled twice because of internet issues. So I'm glad like it didn't work out this time. But yeah, this is really good. Like, and I'm gonna wrap this up. Like I always wrap this up and ask you. You've been doing this. I'm gonna assume you've been doing this for at least a good 3 to 4 years. I know I probably should have asked you that question, but
pretty accurate.
You've been doing this for a while. You met a lot of interesting people. You're making a transition from one place to a new one that's like has like a lot more opportunities for you. What would you want to say to all the people who've been doing all these projects and all this exploring with you? Like, what do you want to say to all those folks who supported you through all this?
To my people, my supporters, what do I want to say to them? Well, first of all, I love you guys. And, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. Y'all are the people who kept me going when I was like, I can't do this. I'm not this enough. I'm not enough, blah, blah, blah. Y'all, honestly, I just love you all because there's been days where I've just been so down and I put it out there. I was just honest. I was like, it's been rough or whatever. And people they just jump in and are like, dude, you got this. And they're just so motivating and inspiring. And I just feel, I just feel very like encouraged and I want to give that back. All the people who've supported me, I want to give that back to you. And, if, you ever don't feel like if you ever feel like I don't give that enough, just let me know because I'm happy to reciprocate. And I definitely am not in this alone, like at all. Like all this, everything I've done is not just because of me. It's because of everybody who has been kind to me, cheered me on. Like it's a team effort here, for sure.
That's probably like one of the most selfless answers I've heard about that question. I give this question every episode that I do.
Really?
Yeah, every episode. Like it's always good for people to see where they've come from, and like I call my podcast sometimes a little bit therapy. Like I hate that it's that way, but sometimes it feels that way. But I feel like no matter how far someone's come, they gotta think about where they've been, and that's probably one of the most selfless answers I've heard so far. And
thank you.
Like you know what, and it's interesting that like a person who has a disability are probably like one of the most selfless people on the show. So like I appreciate you. I appreciate your time.
Just so you know, you're one of my supporters now. So I was talking to you as well that whole time. I got your back.
Make sure you gotta check out Crystal on TikTok and Instagram. Is there anyone else people should be looking out for you?
So my main platform is Instagram. I also have a Facebook page, and then I have a YouTube. Those are my main platforms. I do have a TikTok. I wish I used it more, but yeah, those are my main platforms for sure.
Oh, don't let the TikTok get you down. TikTok is it's a fickle beast. So don't let TikTok beat you up.
Instagram is probably my fave. I love Instagram. Well, I don't, it's okay.
It's a fun place to hop on and hop off. But if you want to create some art, like visual art, YouTube definitely the place to go. So most definitely, you got all your bases covered, which is awesome. Yeah, I'm D of FTO Nerd Talk. Crystal, again, thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Take it easy, guys. Hey guys, D here of FTO Nerd Talk. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends about FTO Nerd Talk. Got a lot of different shows for all of you. Make sure you tune in every week for a brand new episode. Take it easy.